Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's all over. Sorry. It's been fun. It's been a good ride.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
JC, how are you doing? What's going on, man?
I can't decide if I am bouncing off of the floor or if I just kind of hit a ledge and bounced up a little bit and I'm gonna continue down all the way to the ground where I just splat. Good
Yeah.
grief! What is going on?
Meow. Wow. So, guys, we're gonna talk about our favorite thing today. Obviously, Mr. Dead Cat over here. And
Jeez.
guys, we
I
did
didn't. I didn't
say
look at crypto all weekend. I watched the Olympics. Had so my city hosts a daddy daughter Valentine's dance every year right before Valentine's Day. So I took my little girl out. We went. It was fun. Went out to dinner. She was craving sushi, so we had sushi, and then we went to the community center where they have a big old dance, and it was cowboy themed this year. Last year was Alice in Wonderland theme. So anyway, that's what I
did
did this
you
weekend.
did you enjoy the halftime show like everyone else on the internet?
I just like I know people want to make it a big deal, but do you know how many halftime shows I have turned off? Most of them.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I
really easy. You just do this.
I go okay. I'm gonna go refill my snacks, and I didn't watch any halftime show. It wasn't like oh I hate all Hispanic people, so I'm gonna watch the Turning Point USA. Like I don't care about halftime shows. I did watch the best halftime show that I've seen recently was the one in L.A. where they had Tupac, Crip Walk, not Tupac, Snoop Dogg,
Did you just
K
say Crip
walking,
Walk?
yeah, K walking.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
anyway, guys,
like I love
welcome.
that show, but I didn't watch it. I turned it on. I was like, I don't speak Spanish, so I'm gonna go do something else. So whatever.
Well, and you know what? It's I just watched for the commercials, so
Yeah,
no harm, no foul. But
they weren't
other than that,
bad. I missed the days, guys. Glory days were the original Bud Wise or like that kicked off. I don't know, maybe a 10-year period of the most epic Super Bowl commercials ever.
they always had the
And
best commercials, literally.
and now you get a few that are like, oh, that was kind of funny. Um, but yeah, whatever.
Most things not the same, but we did talk about this, guys.
I will
This.
say this Coinbase's commercial was kind of dumb in my opinion, but hey,
Oh, I didn't even see it.
it was like this really garbage. Like it was just a blue screen, like you were reading karaoke, and they were playing like Backstreet Boys in the background, and it was a Coinbase commercial. I was like, this is dumb. Whatever. They paid I don't know how many millions of dollars.
You're gonna pay $100 million for something that sucks. I mean,
Hey, whatever.
money.
People are talking. People are talking about Coinbase, so whatever. We're going to talk about Coinbase today. There's another meeting today.
Ooh. But yeah, guys, obviously it was a rough weekend as far as price action. We kind of expected this. We talked about this on the show on Friday that go touch some grass because we expected to see some volatility. But JC, I don't even want us to look, but we should probably pull up the bubbles.
Bubbles. Yeah, I will say that I'm a little confused in that while everything is just completely down in the dumps, the Dow Jones hit 50,000 for the first time ever.
I can't look.
I don't understand. All right, close your eyes.
All
Here
right,
comes
hit
the
me with it.
pain. Here comes the pain. Big
Ah!
Pippin.
What the fuck
What's
is
a
Pippin?
What's a Pippin? Oh, it's today. It's ranked up from into the top 100. So it's I don't know what is Pippin. Let's go find out. Here you go. It was down
And to be
here.
honest, it's only a $400 million market cap. That is nothing. I mean,
Uh, looks like you can get it on one. Oh, you can get a yield. Where can you buy it? You can buy it on Radium. You can buy it on Binance, Gate, MXC. All right, so it's going to be a Dex purchase.
interesting.
Uh,
Well, it is the only thing that is not savagely dumping right now, besides River.
okay. It is an autonomous AI agent on X. Okay. Sure.
AI is the narrative, guys. I mean,
Okay,
it's
whatever. I mean,
definitely,
sure.
we'll definitely do some research on it. New coin, but as you guys can see, I mean, a few projects in some random industries are pumping. It's good to see Monero up a little bit. River still going. It's had a weird week. It was up a
Yeah, still
lot,
up and down. Like it got in and then it popped back down, and now it's back at number 100. So
and it's still only a $360 million market cap. It's still really tiny. So, I mean, again, I don't know enough about River or
yeah,
Pippin. So
yeah.
to
And just a
really,
reminder that last week Bitcoin did dip down to 60,000. So we're not
yeah,
where we were.
down
Oh,
almost 30% for the month on Bitcoin, guys. That is
and
a
more than
substantial drop.
50% from all time high.
And
Well,
that's the thing
right
when
about 50% right now. So
yeah, when Bitcoin drops that high or that low, we're in a bear market. Like that, every bear market we have seen a 30 to 40% drop in Bitcoin. So
it may be short lived. I've seen some guys who are running the numbers and saying, look, a lot of stuff has been shortened. You know, it's like the whole thing's been like 75% of previous like time frames. They'll go, okay, from here to here in the past, from Bitcoin this to Bitcoin that was, you know, 4 months, but for it to do the same thing this cycle, it was 3 months. So saying the cycle is both extended and sped up, and I'm like, yeah, it can't be both, but whatever.
why can't it be both? But
Yeah,
no,
both.
that's a good point. And honestly, the thing I was thinking about was if let's say we are in a bear market, okay, let's say we've entered into a bear market. We've already been
Rawr.
going down for the past year. That means that we're already a year into the bear market because I don't believe this
From
cycle.
top to bottom in the past has been anywhere from like 320 to 370 days.
Yeah. So
So
if this really has been the beginning of the bear market, we only really have between 6 months and a year before we start going back up in price action. So even if this is it for the cycle, the prices that we're going to be able to accumulate some of these projects at is really kind of what we've been looking at, guys, because the deals are disgusting out here.
had I taken money, had I taken profit at the most recent tops of stuff, I had told myself that when Bitcoin drops, you know, 50%, that's when I start DCAing back in. So had I taken profits, this would be where I would start buying and DCAing back in heavily. So
What had happened was
what happened was I didn't take profits, and we've
what
done that meme many times. I promise this time I'll take profits.
Yep. I promise. Just
Maybe.
go back to my stop loss, and I promise I'll take profits. I'll sell at a loss. Famous last words.
All right. Coin market cap
Yes.
market. Look at this. Look at this. 2.35 trillion.
Still in extreme fear, guys. The markets are panicked right now, obviously. The Dow Jones is doing pretty well, I guess, but overall, everything is getting hit hard. This isn't just a crypto thing. This is,
I asked Google, why are all the markets down the last few days? Based on market activity around February 5th to the 10th, the recent downward pressure on markets has been primarily driven by investor anxiety over the massive spending by big tech on AI, leading to a rotation out of overvalued tech stocks. What did I heard yesterday? The Russell 2000, which is like the top 2,000 small caps, has outperformed the AI sector this year.
it's crazy
Or
because
the entire tech sector.
AI is getting kind of overvaluated. Like people are just buying AI. Like what we just saw on that chart. People are just buying AI because it's AI.
Because it says AI, just like
Yeah.
people were buying stuff because your company's pets.com. What does that have to do with the internet? Nothing. But people bought it because it was on the internet.
Because it said .com.
Yeah.
I got an interesting conspiracy theory for you guys today. I know how much you guys love these. JC, I'm going to throw this in our chat if you want to go ahead and share.
By the way, still 30 something days out, probably still showing 80% chance of no rate cut. All right, let me get.
They need to start cutting rates, guys. It's I think there's a lot of games being played in politics right now.
We're going to talk about that as the title says. There's another meeting today at the White House between the banks and the crypto CEOs that trying to hammer out this stable bill compromise, and we'll see if the banks are like, you know what, instead of both, we're just going to give you one, and that may be the compromise. But
Now,
from Sailor Docks.
yeah, Kyle, our one of the other members on the team that you guys will be seeing on this show here very soon. He's our MBA. He does a lot of our business stuff. He posted this in our chat, and it got me really thinking about what we've been seeing lately. And again, most conspiracy theories, given enough time, become true. And I think we've all noticed the run in gold and precious metals and silver. And this is obviously, pretty black and white. People are trying to panic into assets because the dollar's losing value. I mean, it just makes sense that people would try to find other stores of value. But gold and silver it got to the point where the government stopped issuing silver coins for people to purchase because it was so overvalued. And then we saw a 40% correction in silver, and gold continues to
doesn't happen in precious metals.
Again,
that's a meme coin. That's a meme coin drop. Silver is not a meme coin.
Exactly, guys. We've never seen a 40% drop in precious metals before. There is something going on. And then when, we talked about this on the show yesterday, the U.S. is buying its own debt. And it just seems like I put a lot of stock into this, no pun intended, that what they're going to do is they have all of these assets, in these different sectors besides crypto. And when they're ready to, they're going to send it.
Let me give you a historical example of, you're like, oh, the government can't do that. They don't have the ability to do that. Did you know the first radio signals when we had broadcast radio, obviously they were on the AM channels. For all of you young kiddos, you have no idea what AM and FM are. But there was an AM channel, like that was a specific band of frequencies. Within 2, maybe 3 years, an inventor had come up with the FM band, and that was easier to broadcast on. And the United States bought his patent from him and shelved it for 20 years because they had the patent for AM radio and they didn't want to lose money on it.
And when has that happened before? I can think of like 3 other examples of them hiding patents, something to do with Nikola Tesla, where they find
something, yeah.
They find technology that could change the world, and then they just bury it in the.
They're like, crap. That's better than the technology that we just bought the patent for. Buy that and hold it until we can make profit on our first one.
You know where Satoshi probably is? He's in that warehouse in Raiders of the Lost Ark, locked in a box somewhere, 100%.
Guarded by top men. Anyway.
Top men.
Yeah, but this is an interesting theory. We'll see if it plays out. It lines up. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's
all right. I do have good news despite the bad charts.
Ooh. Jim
Cramer's bearish.
Cramer, our man.
Yes. Thank you, Jim Cramer.
I want some good news. Okay, JC, we're getting, for the new people, why are we so excited about Jim Cramer right now? This guy's a tool. What's going on?
Guys, we literally have, I don't mean we, Reptar and JC, I mean we, all of the people on the world, have Jim Cramer as our reverse barometer. It is scary. And we pulled this post up, I think, Friday, the inverse Cramer chart. It is literally a mirror image of the stock market.
If you just do the opposite of what this man says, you're going to retire the bloodline. And there's evidence.
He is the exact opposite wrong, like 90-something% of the time.
Yeah. So there's many government official trackers. What's the other one where
Pelosi tracker?
Yeah, the Pelosi tracker. That one, if you there is a lot of benefit in following what these big politicians and big people are doing, but for some reason, Jim Cramer just cannot get it right. So we do the opposite of whatever he does, and we do very well. This is not our idea. This is, again, JC said, this is a pretty well-known metric that people follow. And
so if you don't know what it is, just type into Google inverse Cramer, and you'll it's a thing. Mr. Gray says there's a lot of technology shelved due to the government knowing what's better for everyone. Not to mention the assassinations that occur as well. What? Boeing? What? Moving on.
All right, you know what? One more. I'm gonna give one more conspiracy theory. I stole this right from South Park, so I don't care. So
be careful, we get a channel strike.
I didn't know if this was true or not, but I did some research, and it's totally true. So toilet paper. The United States is one of the only countries that still use toilet paper. Billions of trees are cut down every year to supply the United States with toilet paper. And obviously we learned how important toilet paper was during a certain virus. But my point is, every other company, I think Mr. Gray already knows where I'm going with this. Every other country in the world uses bidets. They're cleaner. They're more effective. They don't use toilet paper.
I don't know how to use a bidet.
Well, there's a reason that Americans do not want to switch over, and it's because we've been conditioned to the idea of toilet paper. And the reason for that is because the industry that supplies toilet paper is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So they don't want, as the South Park episode says, Japanese toilets in America. So they don't want certain technologies because they threaten other industries. And I know that is a stupid example, but it mirrors very well to what's going on with the banking industry and everything, and what we just talked about here. It's like these new technologies threaten the infrastructures that exist, and we're going to see pushback. We're going to
So what you're saying is, if an industry were surpassed in technology, they would use their power, money, and influence to try and keep that new, up and coming, better technology from taking their market share?
That doesn't seem legal.
Is that a segue I hear?
Beautiful setup. Look at us going from South Park and Japanese.
Look at that. It's almost like we planned that, and we did not. But yeah, so we have another meeting today at the White House on the Clarity Act.
Yeah, me and JC are going to be there at the White House. We're going to be making,
and I'm basically going to walk around. You guys have seen that commercial about the guy that what happens if you are mean to my daughter, and you just start smacking everyone, even the cops that show up. Yeah, that's what we're going to go in there and be like, hey, Jamie Dimon. Hey, Brian Armstrong. Hey, get it together. Anyway, yeah, hemp is another one, Mr. Gray. I thought about that. But yeah, so there is a meeting today. The Treasury Secretary, who I assume will be hosting it, is like, look, guys, we need this now. We need to get this done. Let's figure something out. So it stalled. We talked about this.
Is so important. We've talked about this for months. This needs to pass for institutional adoption to happen. If it doesn't, we are going to probably see another 3 years of.
We'll see flat. We'll see flat. Do you like that? That's my flat. That's my cat bouncing.
It's the flat Earth.
Yeah, it's a flat Bitcoin theory.
Oh my god! But no, guys,
we spend way too much time talking about conspiracies.
I love it. This is what the people want. And yes, Mr. Gray, hemp was attacked for the same reason. It was replacing paper. They didn't want it. Guess what we still use?
They're like, it's bad because marijuana. Like, we're just using it for, paper is bad because you roll cigarettes. Like, what?
It's interesting too. We still don't use hemp as a paper replacement, but it's legal now, and we actually can't use hemp. I'm not going to get into that either, but this happens all the time, guys. This is not like a one-off thing. It happens with every industry, and this is the perfect example. This is the banks and the big industries and the White House. They are fighting this change, even though it's inevitable, and that's the big takeaway: is that it is inevitable. It's coming, whether anyone wants it to or not.
we've talked about this for 2 weeks now. Why the banks and the holdup is the banks do not want even centralized exchanges to be able to give yield, aka interest, on stablecoins, because these centralized exchanges are giving a higher interest rate than the banks are. And the banks do not want to compete. And by higher, we've said this before, we've run the numbers. The centralized exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, the big ones, they're giving you 5% on your stable coins. The banks are giving you 0.1%. Coinbase is giving people 50 times the amount of interest that a bank is going to give you. And the banks know people aren't stupid. They're going to take their dollars out of the bank and put it on Coinbase. And what
It's
happens if banks don't have your dollars, Reptar? They can't loan it out and make billions of dollars.
it's
Six
it's
trillion.
it,
Six
and
trillion dollars is estimated to leave traditional banks if they allow centralized exchanges to have stablecoin yield.
and that's the thing, guys. They're not. We've talked about this at length for the past couple shows, but they're not going to let that happen. You think they're going to let trillions of dollars leave their pockets? There's no way. And it's you bring up a really good point because I have a real world example of this. I was just on the phone with my mom yesterday. Shout out, mom. And she was bitching about the yield that she was getting for her checking account, and less than 1%. And she's just like, we're talking about retirements and accounts like this, and she's like looking at her options, and she's just like, I'm getting nothing out of my account, and I'm like, listen, you can take U.S. dollars right now, not crypto, U.S. dollars on Coinbase and get 4.6%. No bank on cash. No bank in the world is going to give you 4.6%. And that is the problem. You don't even need to be invested in crypto to be getting some of these APYs, and they're terrified of that.
Well, and if you're getting 0.1%, you're losing purchasing power year over year.
Because inflation's at what percentage? Like the amount that they're giving you doesn't even make up for inflation. It's
doesn't even make up for a tenth of inflation. Like it's just you're losing money you're not losing money, you're losing purchasing power because the dollar becomes worth less. It takes more dollars to purchase the same goods.
and the thing is, guys, if the banks hate crypto so much, why is every single major bank, JP Morgan, Chase, Wells Fargo, Coinbase, Circle, why are all of these guys at every single one of these meetings making sure things go their way?
And why are they creating their own stablecoins for their own uses?
They're creating their own digital currency. I thought digital currencies were bad and they didn't like them, but now they want one. Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, guys,
Mr. Gray brings up a point. He says, bank run anyone? That's an interesting point because we're going to talk about a crypto bank run as we talk about what happened on 10/10. Let me move on because we got a lot to cover here. By the way, this meeting that's happening today, BlackRock just sent 3,402 Bitcoin worth nearly $235 million to Coinbase ahead of this meeting. So they took it out of their offline wallet and put it on Coinbase because they're going to sell it. They don't want Coinbase to have stablecoin yield, but they're happy to buy, sell, and trade their crypto on Coinbase, which is fine. But yeah, they sent it. They will be dumping, or they're positioning themselves to dump if they need to.
And that's the thing that kind of worries people is why are these big exchanges selling if everything's so, if this is the next evolution of technology, why is everything dumping? And it's because they sell things on exchanges. They don't buy things on exchanges. This is quite literally them pushing the price down so they can buy it off the market cheaper. So I will bet my bottom dollar that we will see a large buying activity with these exchanges.
So what does all this mean for you? Why are they pushing so hard for this if crypto is dead and worthless? Do the math, people.
Sounds like
I
they're trying to
understand.
make a bunch of money.
I understand if this is your first time in crypto and you're like, okay, Bitcoin. All right. I mean, Bitcoin's over $100,000. Maybe I need to hold a little bit of it. And now you're like,
First time.
yeah, first time.
Love that meme.
But I understand. And you know what? We could be totally wrong. But the big boys aren't wrong. They don't risk their money and power and status like you and I are like, I just need my meme coin to go to $1. Shiba Inu to $1 and I'll be a trillionaire. Okay.
Please. Just 100x. Please. And that's the thing, guys. They don't sit on the sidelines and say please. They make things happen. And it usually screws a lot of people in the process, and that's what's happening right now. So if you're getting scared out of the markets, you're giving them exactly what they want. They want everyone out. So do I see some HBAR news?
Since we're talking about BlackRock,
HBAR is going to $150.
And BlackRock is making sure that the Clarity Act look, BlackRock, JP Morgan, all the big boys, they don't care if Coinbase offers you yield on ETH because ETH value fluctuates and it's not a direct competitor to them. So great, you made 5% or 10% staking your ETH, but now ETH went from 4,000 to 2,000. They don't care about that. They do care when you don't have to take any risk. You just move your dollars from them to someone else.
Yeah, 100%. And I agree with you, Mr. Gray, as well. Guys, you just got to follow the whales. We talk about, this is a horse that's been beat to death forever. But if you follow what these people are doing, you're going to be okay because these people don't lose. That's just.
They set the game. They arrange the pieces before the game ever starts. They set themselves up so that they win. I just want to win too.
Yeah. And you know what? I feel like I'm winning when the most corrupt, wealthy organization in the world is like, yo, the crypto project you've been invested in for the past 4 years is pretty cool. And we're going to start using it. That's all you can do, guys.
And they're using, don't get me wrong, this is great for HBAR. BlackRock is using multiple. They're using ETH. They're using XRP. They're using Chainlink. They're using all of these. They're using ONDO. They're using them all. They're all going to have their uses. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that while we're talking about BlackRock is tokenizing their money market funds on HBAR.
While the price is at 8 cents. Weird. Woo,
HBAR Enterprise part. Look at and these are more HBAR. I actually did a good job setting up my Twitters today or my X posts so I could go back and forth between them without going.
This is a professional operation now, guys.
We're getting better. We're getting better. I just want you to look. These are some of their enterprise partnerships. Intel, guys. NVIDIA, Dell. For it, like here's a better.
Let me just say this real quick. NVIDIA, and I wish DJ was on the show today. NVIDIA and Dell are in Microsoft, obviously, but they're not on this list. Mostly NVIDIA. It's essentially holding up the stock market right now. It is one of the best performing stocks. It just keeps going and going and going, and it's because of AI. So when I see not only Visa, MasterCard, banks, massive tech companies, them working with BlackRock and IBM, this list cannot get more decorated. I mean, either all of these companies are wrong and we're wrong, or we might have an idea of what we're talking about, and they might be trying to completely reshape everything before our eyes. And they're trying to scare everyone out of the market so, they can keep it for themselves. And it's disgusting. But
bet one way or the other. Either this is all going to change everything or it's not. Which way are you betting?
I think not taking the risk at this point is riskier than taking the risk. And that's kind of how I see it. Because if HBAR goes to $12 or $10, I'm going to be real, real pissed if I didn't buy it at 8 cents after reading and seeing all of this. That's just where I'm at with it.
So I saw a post on X. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and H bar was $5? Sell some.
There would be signs.
Sell some. $5
I won't
H
tell
bar.
anyone when I sell my crypto, but there will be signs.
$5 H bar would get me multiple figures ahead of the decimal point.
Multiple figures. He doesn't even want to say it. Doesn't even want to say it. But guys, again, realistically, HBAR is one of our favorite projects. We've been in since 4 cents, full disclosure. Obviously we're bullish on XRP, ONDO, some of these other projects, but HBAR is one that we are very, very locked into. We can participate in staking, DeFi, all kinds of stuff. So I have no idea about this. JC brought this up to me right before the show. What?
I literally just saw it this morning.
What is this?
There are rumors, and it's literally just rumors at this point. I have not been able to find anything from a source that would be close to either party, but there are rumors swirling that Ripple could buy ONDO. I wouldn't be surprised if Ripple and ONDO partnered up. I don't know if Ripple could buy ONDO. I mean, I'm sure they could, but
it's weird to me because ONDO's already doing very well. They're 10% of the tokenized asset market. Don't get me wrong, anything can happen. And I do think it would be a really good partnership or combination, but I don't think one's going to buy the other. But yeah, I mean, that essentially, yeah, that's it. See that guy? That's a nothing burger. I need price to go back up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is Zach Humphreys. I actually do watch his YouTube channel. He's pretty in the know, especially on the XRP side. I do listen to him. I like his analysis. He's pretty down to earth. He gets a little clickbaity with his titles, like $10,000 XRP, but it's always him going, here's all these predictions. People saying $10,000 XRP. You're idiots. But I get it. I mean, that's the YouTube game. We do it. Everybody does it. But anyway, just could Ripple acquire ONDO Finance? He made a video about it this morning. It's just some comments here.
And that's the thing, guys. Regardless of whether they do partner or buy whatever, ONDO and XRP are two of the most bullish projects on our list because they are doing some big things. Like the real world asset market is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. The SWIFT and banking system is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. These are not small projects working in small industries. These are the technologies chosen to replace some of the largest financial institutions in the world, and not really replace them, but just make them more efficient and better. So this is bullish, guys. This is some wild news.
Yep. I don't know. Again, I just saw this. You guys know I'm huge into XRP, and I've also, recently gotten a lot more involved with ONDO. But the fact that this rumor is around, and it's not just one person that I've seen it. It's not a random account. Like I said, this guy has been making YouTube videos and is pretty knowledgeable in the space for years. So yeah, it's interesting to think about whether or not it happens. I have no idea, but it does, pique my interest when I see XRP and ONDO together. From All in Crypto, someone I watch daily. You should go watch Rupert on All in Crypto. You should. Maybe XRP will go to 10K. Maybe someday, possibly. It's not impossible, but this cycle, shut up.
I love this chart because this shows how big. Obviously, we love HBAR. HBAR is in the same industry, but ONDO is actually leading the real world asset market.
Tokenized U.S. Treasuries.
What the market is cap? That?
So U.S. Treasuries. Well, I mean, U.S. Treasuries are T-bills, just like we talk about tokenized stocks. Well, it's just a stock that you can buy on an exchange because it's been tokenized. Ta-da! Non-fungible tokens. That's what they don't tell you. NFT. The tokenized stands for, the T stands for tokenized.
Wait,
the tokenized stands for T.
Scams. What's going on? Why is the government using NFTs?
Look, digital monkeys and 8-bit pieces of digital artwork. That was them testing non-fungible tokens.
And you know what? It tested very nice.
So yeah, let me click on it. But this is the there's 10 billion market cap. All the U.S. treasuries that are tokenized on ONDO have reached $10 billion market cap. Look at this.
That is an amount of money that most people cannot even fathom.
It's 10,000 million.
You'd have to make $1 million 10,000 times. Think about
10,000 days. Let me see.
It's just
how long is 10,000 days?
If you made $1 million a day, it would take you 30 years, guys. What? $1 million a day. It would take you 30 years.
If I gave you $1 million an hour, it would take over a year and a quarter. An hour. $1 million an hour.
An hour. Like, that is the amount of money going into this is disgusting. Putting it into perspective is difficult when you're talking this kind of money, but this is what is about to go on chain. Like,
I just have to say, if you're following someone and making financial decisions on price predictions when they say maybe XRP will go to $10,000, you're a moron.
JC, come on, we got 20,000 hate comments last time we called someone a moron for giving.
I'm calling us a moron for that one.
But guys, realistically, like, yeah, these projects are going to absolutely send. Everything is going to go. But you need to be realistic about the amount of money that is being used and what is actually like possible for some of these market caps. But when we talk about some of these real world assets, ONDO is at 25 cents. HBAR is at 8 cents. Like, these are some pretty safe plays, in my opinion.
Chainlink is $8.
Yeah. So just pay attention to the big projects. There's no need to get into the degenerate stuff right now.
Not right now.
Not yet.
But yeah.
So what is this? Chainlink is going to be so happy. He's always happy when we go over some some good old Chainlink.
Chainlink's been selected to participate in the Bank of England synchronization lab. Chainlink supporting synchronized settlement between central bank money and on-chain securities. Huge central bank cash and on-chain securities, like we just talked about, on-chain tokenized securities. Yeah.
Chainlink, it seems like there's a narrative going on.
Nah, it's probably nothing. None of this is all related.
And guys, realistically, if you don't know what Chainlink is, it is one of the most utilized blockchains. Essentially, people call it the plumbing of crypto. It allows other chains to interact and talk to each other. It's an oracle, which essentially just allows other chains to interact and communicate with each other. It links the chains together. Oh my God. Can you believe it? The marketing is on point. What else we got, JC?
I got one more thing, but I'm just because people, I'm sure if you're new, you have no idea what this means. What is a crypto oracle?
Oh, cool. No, it's good. We got a lot of new people in the chat, so we'll definitely.
So if you're new to crypto, what is a crypto oracle? Why is Chainlink important? Crypto oracle is a third-party service that bridges blockchains with external off-chain data, enabling smart contracts to execute based on real-world inputs. Okay? They act as a secure, reliable data feed, providing information such as asset prices, weather, or Internet of Things events. Guys, that we haven't even gotten into Internet of Things yet. We're still talking about AI and real-world assets. When everything gets connected and we have a fully connected Internet of Things, holy cow.
It will be what we talk about, where we say Web3 is the next stage of the internet. Chainlink is going to be a huge player in making that happen. So,
yep.
Chainlink again.
And Chainlink is partnered with a lot of the big other crypto projects as well.
Everything. I don't even think we could go over all the partnerships because there's just so many.
Yeah. So we teased this talking about a run on the bank. CZ throwing shade at Vitalik Buterin and ETH because he said the ETH gas fees are to the blame for the October 10th crash. And Buterin's response was blaming Ethereum's gas fees for your $19 billion liquidation cascade. It's not just wrong; it's deliberate deflection.
Dude,
Gas
this is
spiked.
the battle of the nerds right now. Look at them throwing mad shade on each other. And
This is like the U.S. government saying inflation went wrong because Alpha Origins raised their prices on their NFTs.
damn
What the
it!
hell are you talking about?
Knew that was gonna happen.
But
No,
gas spiked because your platform and others pumped insane leverage on high risk products like Ethena USDE, marketed as a safe 12% yield collateral. So like they took your money, and we talked about this. They don't keep your when you put your money on an exchange and buy a product, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, XRP. If your holding is on the exchange, you really just have a wallet that says, "Hey, we owe this guy one Ethereum." They'll do whatever they want to with your money, including sending it out to earn money, and they'll give you a yield. So they were giving 12% on Ethena USDE, but that means that they
you
were.
guys know it's a stable coin that
Yes.
that was on the Athena network. So it technically was supposed to, one coin would be worth the value of $1. So you're getting 12% just holding US dollars. It sounded too good to be true.
Yeah. So if you hold $1 at the end of the year, you'll have $1.12. Cool. All right. So, and this is Buter's point. Like, look, when the macro hit, tariffs, wars, uncertainty, whatever, this whole house of cards with yields collapsed because people wanted their money now. That's called a bank run. But
See, full circle.
that forced Binance to sell their positions to cover people taking their money out. Sell. Bank run, except it was a crypto
and then $20 billion gone.
The real trigger, according to Buterin, over leveraged retail getting wrecked on centralized platforms that profit from the casino. That's not leadership. That's damage control and scapegoating.
And guys, the casino always wins. So, they were really, it's kind of like what happened with the FTX crash. What they were doing was criminal. Like, let's just be realistic about it. Like they promised something that wasn't true, and it affected not only thousands of people, but $20 billion was liquidated. This was a big deal. This was what caused, as it says here, the last crash. Like it's always leverage and people making moves behind the scenes that cause these mass liquidations that scare retail out of the market. So this manipulation is not new. It's been going on since the beginning of crypto. But the price continues to make upward progress. So this is going to be a slow, brutal fight. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure everybody knows where it's going. So
you guys have seen the movie Trading Spaces, right? Reptar, have you seen Trading Spaces with Eddie? It's in the 80s movie. It's Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, and but the point is, at the end, the two big boys who own the big trading firm get played by Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, and they end up buying when they should have sold, and they keep buying all the way up and all the way up and all the way up, and then at the end of the trading day, margin call, and they get liquidated. So that's what happened here. All right. Do you want to know how to turn $100 into $70 million?
Yes. Let's this could be interesting. All right, guys.
The case of Arjun Ismail. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Malaysian tech kid, obsessed with internet early on. He registered AI.com because that was his initials in the early internet. He bought AI.com in 1993. Only 33 years ago. But I mean, let's be real. $100 33 years ago is probably worth $70 million anyway. So. But anyway, he was 10. He paid $100 because AI matched his initials. This past week, Crypto.com CEO bought AI.com for $70 million.
paid entirely in crypto. This kid could be one of the luckiest kids or the smartest kid ever. I want to shake his hand right now.
All right, so you think, oh no, I've got to hold through a 3-4 year bear market. This kid held for 32 years.
That's diamond.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you turn $100 into 70 million.
And obviously, guys, this is a random situation, but the takeaway from this is we talked about this at the show yesterday. The Warren Buffett strategy. If you really are trying to get rich or make $70 million, the only way to do it is to find an industry that is up and coming and invest in it before everybody else does. It is quite literally that easy. And look what this kid did. He did it by accident, but he kept the asset.
It wasn't 100% by accident because, like you said, he was into tech when it first came out. He's like, this is cool. I like this. I think this is neat. I'm going to get involved. Did he know 32 years ago that was going to happen? No. Do we know 32 years from now, is XRP going to be $10,000? 32 years from now, am I still going to be alive?
The bloodline will, okay? But no, like that's the main takeaway today, guys, is there is so much opportunity out there, even though the prices look miserable. This technology is not going anywhere. There is massive things going on. There's huge adoption. There's institutional money. Find your horse and back it because the race is going to start very soon. And once it goes, you do not want to be that person that's chasing green candles because like JC just said, you're buying as it goes up. You're going to, when they finally decide to sell, you are not going to be happy.
I'm not happy.
We're not happy right now, but we will be when XRP goes to 10,000.
I'm not even down on the majority of my position, but I'm just not happy.
Well, and it's because guys, we got in so much earlier. Like my buy-in for HBAR was 4 cents, so I'm still up 100%, even though it's at 8 and it's dropped 40-60% for the past year.
Yeah, my average XRP position is 45 cents.
Yeah, which is great. You're still in profits, but it's not. Doesn't feel as good as it was when XRP was at.
It's worse. My profits are cut in half from what they would have been had I taken profits at $3. But I'm not planning on selling at $3 anyway. So, yeah,
$100 XRP.
Long term, I don't need to take the money out. I'm not so invested in crypto, which is super volatile and super risky, that I need it to go up right now or I'm in trouble and I have to sell and take a loss. I can sit on this loss and wait for it to go back up because I don't have my entire net worth and, next month's mortgage payment in crypto. I have all that taken care of. This is extra. This is over and above. This is, hey, if this goes the right way in the next 5 to 10 years, my kids can retire comfortably.
Do not put the rent money into any project that as bullish as we are in a lot of these, you need to be willing to leave that money in there and take a 40% loss in the process. That is the only way you're going to be able to, if this kid had sold his AI domain back when it was worth $1,000, he would have been like, yeah, I just 10x my money. Look at me go. But he could have made $70 million if he just held on to it for a few more years. 32.
It's like the guys who sold Bitcoin. Holy crap. Bitcoin went to $25. Let's go. Oh, you know what? I got some of this free internet money. I'm hungry. I'm going to order a couple of pizzas.
I don't even want to talk about that, dude. Guys,
this is another one. If you're new to crypto, you need to know this story.
All right. Yeah, this is a good one, guys. Buckle up.
Yeah, all right. Bitcoin Pizza Day, May 22nd. We'll celebrate on May 22nd.
By the way, we always celebrate Pizza Day.
Was it February 9th, the 4-year anniversary of Alpha Origins?
I'm going to have to check. I have no idea.
I got to look. Anyway, yeah, so maybe yesterday. We've been doing this for 4 years as a community.
Maybe yesterday. Happy
Bitcoin
birthday.
Pizza Day, May 22nd, 2010. Programmer Laszlo, purchased 2 Papa John pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin.
I'm going to throw up. You're making me physically sick to my stomach. I'm going to do
10,000 Bitcoin.
All right, can we do the math on 10,000 Bitcoin? What would, I mean, even at current prices.
All right, so first multiply by the 6, that's 60,000. And then add 4 zeros because it's currently 60, right? So 60, 1 is 600, 2 is 6 million, 3 is 60 million, 4 is $600 million.
So this
now
article,
do the math at all-time high. That's
this might be a little bit old.
$1.2 billion.
So this might be a little bit old, but here, I'll try and get it. So this is interesting. So this came out in May.
Last May, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little inflated, but it says the man spent more than you think. 15 years ago, yes, he bought a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin, which at the time was worth 2 pizzas. But right now, back when, Bitcoin is at 78, 80,000, that would have been $8.7 billion today. So how much would 10,000 Bitcoin be worth when it goes to $1 million, when it goes to 200,000, when it goes to 100,000? The takeaway from this, guys, is we do not actually really know where some of these prices are going to go. Nobody does. But we know which direction they're going in, and it is way riskier to not hold these assets than to hold them, even through these 40% drops, because a 40% drop feels like nothing when you're up 17,000%.
But you know what? A 5% uptick when you're down 40% is awesome.
Feels great. Feels great.
You're like, I'm only down 35% now.
Because remember when Bitcoin dropped to 60,000, and then I was at hanging out with some friends. We saw it go back to 71, and we all just look at each other like, guys, we're so back. We're so back.
I'm down from 120, but it's back up to 71.
Whoa. We're going back up. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Yeah, guys, it's coming. The wait sucks. The watching everything sucks. But Mr. Mini Gray, you're absolutely right. Now is when generational wealth is created. When everything is down.
Let me tell you how much easier it is the second cycle. When you're like, oh man, XRP went all the way up to $3.40, and it's down to $1.40, and I'm like, that kind of sucks. But my price is 45 cents.
The longer you are in the markets, the easier it is to make money. You can get lucky sometimes. You could buy something and it could pump the next day, but that's not realistic. What we try to do here at Alpha Origins is educate people on projects we think are going to be here in the next 5 to 10 years, because those are the ones that we are going to be holding long term, and the ones that we think are actually going to make real Jenny wealth, as we say.
Jenny. When Jenny?
When Jenny.
Jenny!
Jenny. Anyway, before we completely devolve again, what else do we have for news?
I got nothing. That's it. I didn't. My funny feel good was the dude who turned $100 into $70 million.
Dude, that's wild though. And again, guys, that opportunity exists right now. Getting in early is how people make it in these markets, and and price manipulation and corruption, and
how the little people make it.
Insider trading.
The big people go, money for me, and that's it.
And we get the scraps, but hey, the scraps are delicious. Mwah, chef kiss.
Hey, I can live off the scraps.
Give me the scraps. I'll take scraps on $20 billion. Those are some good scraps.
Yeah. Well, ladies, gentlemen, pink and purple dragons, thank you for watching. Please do all the algorithm stuff, the like, the comments, the subscribes, the shares. Call us idiots in the comments. Hey, any comment drives the algo. So if you think we're the dumbest people on the face of the planet, let us know. If there's something you want us to talk about, if there's something we got wrong, if whatever, just feed the algo for us. But thanks for everybody who's watching live. Thanks for watching us on the replay, hitting the buttons, commenting, doing all the subscription stuff. We're getting pretty close to 500. We're really excited about that.
Guys, we're going to be able to start doing a lot more stuff, once the channel gets to the levels we need. We're going to start doing giveaways on the show. We're going to start doing all kinds of stuff. Tomorrow, we do have our game night giveaway, which we do in Discord. It's a huge – it got real degenerate last week. So it's a fun time, guys. We give away crypto. We hang out. We, talk shit. It's a fun time. So if you guys want to join us, it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow in the Discord. We'll put a link in the description. Come in, win prizes, and just have some degenerate fun. Maybe we'll bring you on stage.
If you think we're ridiculous on the live show, you just game night is insane. All right. Have a great Tuesday. Hopefully, banks and crypto come to an agreement today, and we have Clarity Act being voted up in the Senate tomorrow. And by Thursday and Friday this week, it's Happy Valentine's Day. Bitcoin's at $1 million. XRP to 10,000.
All I want for Valentine's Day is $1 million Bitcoin. Is that so much to ask?
I'll take it. All right. See y'all next time.
Choppy, send us
Chop.
away.